Hey, my name is Kerry Grinkmeyer. I'm from Birmingham, Alabama. My business is the Christmas Web. It's a Christmas gift set that evolved from a 22-year Christmas tradition in our home. It also turns out to be a tremendous complementary product for Elf on the Shelf, the sensation that has taken the country by storm over the last 10 years. I'm asking for $200,000 for 15% equity in my business. I'll use the $200,000 to buy inventory for what I think is going to be a tremendous 2014 Christmas season for the Christmas Web. My story begins back in 1992 when I realized that my wife was spending 6 weeks to prepare for a 15-minute event that we called the unwrapping. What I did was I went down into my basement and I carved 2 magic wands. I wrapped 70 yards of yarn around each one of the wands. And then the day after Thanksgiving, I went to the mantle where we hang our children's Christmas socks with care for the last 20-some years, and I put the magic wands in. Well, as I predicted, Christmas morning they came down, and as they exited their bedrooms, they found a yarn up and down the steps. They went down and they found that the yarn had been unraveled off of the magic wands and spread throughout the house, wound around door latches, window latches, indoors, outdoors, upstairs, downstairs, and at the end of it was a gift. Well, over the last 22 years, a few things have changed. We acquired a son-in-law, a daughter-in-law, and 3 grandchildren. So we now have 7 of these wands in our home. So you can imagine, and you can see where the name Christmas Web comes from. It's a web of yarn going inside, outside, all over the house. The other thing that's happened over the last 22 years is back in 2005, there started what I call the elf invasion. There are currently 7 million elves residing in homes around the United States the month of December. That elf, whether it's Elf on the Shelf or Magic Elf, reports back to Santa every evening to explain to Santa who's naughty and who's nice, and to tell him what special gift they want. And then on Christmas Eve, that elf flies off with Santa. Well, what better way to culminate a wonderful event that a mother creates for their children than for that elf to leave a special gift hidden in the house just for that child? We did this last year, and we had sales of about 1,000 units. We did it basically on a retail basis here in Alabama, on a regional basis, and we sold through Books A Million, the Learning Express, Barnes & Noble locally, and some gift shops. We also did about 20% of our business over the internet. I used about 32 mommy bloggers to blog about the product, to do a giveaway, so that we got some product out and we did some internet sales. I also used Google AdWords and did some Facebook direct advertising towards these mothers who have elves in their homes. The Christmas Web sells for $39.99 and it wholesales for $20. My cost basis, made in China and shipped to Atlanta, where my distribution center is about $8.95. Why am I doing this? I'm a retired financial advisor. I sold my financial planning practice to my sons and my daughter, basically because I wanted to give them a leg up in their careers. And now they are very successfully running my business that I sold them in 2005. I'm building this, what I call Best of Us Publishing, our first publish, the Christmas Web, for my grandchildren. I want my grandchildren to have the opportunity that I've had as an entrepreneur to create my own destiny and to control my own life.
It's wrapped on a wand and run through the house.
I have a pretty good technique here.
For years, Kerry Grinkmeyer was quiet as a mouse.
The Christmas Web is the centerpiece of our Christmas celebration for the past 20 years.
Every Christmas, winding yarn through the house with care.
They do a whole game with it. So, like, you have to go over, under, everywhere.
At the end, there was always a gift waiting there.
I'm hiding his gift so nobody else can find it.
It would always begin when the children were asleep. Now they are grown, married, and have children of their own to keep. Kerry and his wife Nita work hard every year to continue the tradition the family and even friends hold so dear.
They make it harder for me now because I'm older and I can figure it out.
Preserving this tradition for others was his wish.
It's just funny to watch them, and especially the 40-year-olds.
It brought out personalities, it brought out laughter, fun, competition.
So Kerry wrote the book, The Christmas Web, to share with others, to be passed down by dad, mom, sister, and brother.
Just to think that these kids will someday get a wand to pass on to my great-grandchildren, and our family tradition will just go on and on and on. So it's exciting to me, and every year I look very, very forward to it.
So if you're looking for a new way to spread Christmas cheer, consider making this Christmas web year after year.
That's the Christmas Web, and as you can see, it's not just a children's product. It's a family activity. It's something that has become a part of our family. And as a grandparent, let me just share with you, it locks my family into our house for a Christmas celebration. Even if it doesn't happen Christmas morning, my grandchildren want to do the string thing every year, which is so important to our family. This is the product. This is the gift set. And this is the product inside. The children's book over here explains how Santa comes home totally exhausted. And Mrs. Claus says, "What's happened?" And he says, "It's just become a bigger task than one person can handle." So they devise a plan to have 4 elves ride with Santa to give him some help. The edit rate requires that they customize the sled, make it more aerodynamic, and that they put the reindeer on a high-protein, low-fat diet so that they can pull the extra weight. So you can see it's a full story that children can get into. The box comes with 3 magic wands, but as in our family, we have 7 participants. So additional wands are available at both the retail level and on the website. Let me just give you a few seconds of what my business plan is for 2014. I envision the kickoff of this to be an airing of the Shark Tank presentation. This presentation, or excuse me, the Shark Tank presentation, in sometime in late June or early July. I'll then take with me a sign as seen on Shark Tank to my July shows in Atlanta, New York, and Los Angeles, the Christmas shows for retailers. I'd also then like some assistance from the Sharks to help me with my retail distribution in the big box stores. Barnes & Noble, Indigo, Palmer Marketing, Toys R Us, ID Nation. These are all big box retailers and marketing organizations that have already shown an interest in the Christmas Web and are currently considering handling it for 2014. But with some help from the Sharks, we can guarantee that. And then the big one, that's Target. Target has the ability to sell this in the millions of copies. And tied to that very closely, my dream is on the Ellen DeGeneres Show, a part of her 12 Days of Christmas, sponsored by Target. I also see the opportunity for a QVC presentation of signed copies of the first edition of it, and then appearances on morning shows. Something, again, I think the Sharks can help me secure. The Today Show, the Good Morning America, and CBS This Morning. With all that put together, I've got the product, I've got it manufactured, I think I have a beautiful design. I'm estimating our 2014 sales to be in as many as 3,000 retail stores, that we sell 250,000 units with a revenue of over $5 million in 2014, and that will grow at a rate of roughly 50% each year as the 7 million moms who are looking to create memories for their kids become aware of the Christmas Web. On $5 million worth of revenue, we'll net about $2 million in profit. I believe this is the next big thing, and I think the Sharks can take me there. Thank you very much.